So we're going to have a bit of fun with that.
Facebook Live.
We're Facebook Live. Okay. Welcome along, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see you guys again and have you watching Galaxy 107fm today. I'm absolutely elated to meet not only... now, I've got to get this right, guys.
They might laugh.
Natishan? Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Natishan.
Natishan. Okay.
Yeah.
We were struggling with that. The H sort of threw us.
Yeah.
we don't think hyphenated sometimes, you know what I mean? So, yeah, okay, thank you for that. Coming out of Hazel Ridge in Manitoba, I haven't been to Manitoba since, well, I don't know, the last time we spoke to Greg Alexander.
No, Greg Arcade.
Greg Arcade, sorry, yeah, absolutely. That was not so long ago.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Ladies and
Hi,
gentlemen, welcome along to Galaxy 107fm. Todd Barrow?
No, Todd Zayler.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome along, Todd Zayler, anyway.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
Hi, Todd.
Yeah, you do. And everybody else that's joining us right now, believe me, these guys, what I think, are the future of country music coming out of Manitoba right now. We're absolutely elated to be able to talk to, of course, Band and Outlawed right here at Galaxy. Now, check this out. Both members, of course, John and Daniel are joining us, and basically they're country superstars. They really, really are. Outlawed, Band and Outlawed from Hazel Ridge, Manitoba, have an old-time original sound, and their tracks are famous online stores, of course, with Apple Music, places like that, Spotify, Amazon. You can find them pretty much everywhere. We're going to talk about that very, very shortly.
Are these two lads, are they brothers or cousins?
Well, that's a good question, Barbara.
Yeah.
Guys, are you brothers or cousins?
Our brothers.
You're brothers?
2 years apart.
2 years apart. That's why you don't look anything alike, right?
No, one's blonde and one's
He's
got
younger
dark
than-
hair.
But he's bigger.
Yeah.
How did that work out?
I have no idea.
Well, loving the hat behind you too, by the way.
Oh yeah, thanks. That's Greg's, yeah.
That's Greg's. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
thought
want
I
these
thought I
guys,
recognised
I know.
that. Big head, hey, yes.
Yeah.
Got a lot of wide surface inside there. Anyway, guys, we're going to go live to the desk, and we're going to talk about a couple of things like how we can get hold of you. We're going to talk about getting you guys down under in New Zealand. All that sort of stuff is to come, and believe me, I warn you, we're crazy. We might even throw a few jokes and bits and pieces in there. Let's have some fun
No
with
doubt.
this.
They might give you some babbing, the young lads.
Damn well hope so.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're right here at Galaxy, guys. Let's
Yeah.
do it. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM 5 after 11 o'clock. It is 21 degrees, only a degree off what the weatherman says. Today is going to be a high 22 degrees, and believe me, I think we're going to get maybe a couple of points higher. I think 24 degrees is reasonable today. Thursday, March the 12th, and believe me, I'm absolutely elated to be joined by John and Daniel from the Band and Outlawed. Yes, and believe me, you know the music, you've been asking for it, and literally coming from Hazel Ridge, Manitoba, here is Band and Outlawed. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon over there.
Hi. Good morning to you guys.
It is an absolute pleasure to be able to have you guys join us today, but I would have thought, now I've got to give a bit of a prop, of course, to our good friend Gary, whom you're, Greg, whom you're broadcasting from his place today. Now, I've got to let you know, we did friend your request, apparently 8:45 or something like that in the morning your time, and see you at 5 o'clock, my engineer says. We did friend that, but you guys switched it around on us now and have gone over to Greg Arcade's place.
Yeah, oh yeah. The internet connection at our place isn't very good, so we have to come here.
I get it, and believe me, I really do get it, to be very honest with you. Now, Greg Arcade, of course, he's a good friend of ours here at Galaxy. He's part of the Galaxy family, and of course, Golden Oak, you're recording stuff through Golden Oak right now, aren't you?
Yeah, we're working on some more stuff. Hopefully an album come out this year.
Now, that's exciting. It really is exciting. Believe me, I'm very, very humbled to have you guys spend some time with us here down under in New Zealand. But we'd love to be able to talk to you about this new work coming out. But first of all, we just played Down on the Farm. Tell me a little bit about it. Where did the lyrics come from?
I don't know. That one was, our family's big hunters. So my grandpa, he's got property out, like, way out in the country. We call it the farm. So that's kind of what we wrote the song about.
Okay, and I've got to be honest with you, we absolutely love it. We really, really do. But at the same time, and I'm going to give you a fan question right now. I'm being told there's fans online that want to know. Basically, guys, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, these days being the database for your fanship, do you respond?
Yeah, you can find us on all three of those. We do respond quite quickly, actually. So if you guys send us a message, we'll definitely reply.
Well, I tell you what, now you're going to have about another 5,000 Facebook fans. You're going to be there all day doing this, you know, and Twitter. Oh my God, you should have said, no, I'm not anywhere. Literally. You can't find me anywhere. But believe me, people are going to go out and have a look for Band and Outlawed everywhere now. And I'm pleased that you do respond, because it is kind of nice as a fan to get something back from the artist you're reaching out to. Remember well, you may not remember back in the day where you couldn't even send a letter. You'd never know whether they got it or not, because nobody would say anything back to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Goodbye. So.
Yep. And believe me, those days I'm so glad they have gone. I was just handed just moments ago before we started this interview. Are you familiar with John Travolta?
Yeah.
You are? Okay. Well, he's just been released from hospital. He was hospitalised for suspected COVID-19. But doctors now confirm that it was just only a Saturday night fever. And they assure everyone he's staying alive. Yeah, apparently he was diagnosed because he had the chills and they were multiplying. That's bad. Come on, that's terrible. That's my kind of humour. Believe me, you don't have to be crazy to work here, but it helps. It really does. Now, guys, a girl like you, I want to talk about this because, believe me, I'm really, really enjoying this track. Where did the lyrics come from?
For what? On the farm?
No, a girl like you.
Girl like you. Oh, that one. Back when I was, this was a couple years ago, I was with a girl that kind of took me the wrong way. So I'm like, whatever. I'll write a song about it. And I song about what I want to do. So that's where this song came.
I get it. I really do. And I tell you how I listen to your music. Of course, I gave you a little insight that I listened to it in the car. And I told you that nobody else wants to drive with me. I tell you that. Well, I'll fill you in while the listeners are listening to a girl like you right here at Galaxy. Find the right bit. There we go. How you feeling, guys?
Hi, Cheryl, darling.
Nice. Now, I'll tell you.
Thank you for joining us, darling.
How I listen to your music is literally, I'm driving through the forestry. Now, we're in between three major cities where we are right here in this office. And it's a milling town. It's a forestry town. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I go driving on those country roads and have a little bit of fun with it. You know what I mean? Anyway,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
when I first heard your music, and I had no idea except for just listening to the music. I had no titles, no nothing. I literally pulled over to the side of the road, and which overlooked this wonderful view. It really, really did, down through a gully full of pine trees. Opened up the doors of the car, turned up the stereo, cracked a beer, and sat and enjoyed it. So that's how much I wanted to do your interview. You know, and
That's awesome.
I've got to applaud Greg for passing you guys on to us.
Yeah, for sure. We're really happy that he passed us to you guys.
Now, having said that, and I'll be honest with you, right now I was told before, we're in 62 countries and 94 cities around the world listening to our interview right now.
Including Africa.
Including Africa. Yes, including Africa, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
It is. You got men out there making
Bricks.
bricks.
Yeah, I've got
listening to
photos
us.
of them.
Yeah, photos of men making bricks listening to Galaxy.
Yeah, the bush listening to Galaxy.
No, true. It is
It
true.
is true.
You know, which is really, really crazy because I was saying this morning on this morning's breakfast show that there's a magazine out called the Brick Collector's Guide, and all the bricklayers and everything sort of read it. You know, I'm sort of a brick collector myself. I like to have mine in the form of a house. That's how I like it.
Well, I can bring him here and he can make some for you. We can put him out in the bush and
He'd be
play
comfortable
music.
out there, you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
No good in the city.
Fair enough.
I think
Fair
it's
enough.
cool though that you're in Africa.
So, through this interview, we will discuss about maybe getting you guys to consider coming to New Zealand.
Yeah, with Greg.
With Greg, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. At the same, well, you know, Greg and I are going to be trouble, aren't we? So now we've just quadrupled the mix.
It's all right. I've got some young lads I can leave them
Of
with.
course you do. Yeah, you've
They
always
can go
got some young
speedway
lads.
racing. And
They can
mix
go
in with
speedway
those-
racing?
Yeah, with
Yeah,
those
we
boys.
put them in a race car. What do you reckon?
Yeah, go see.
Like that idea. I do. So we'll talk about that and possibly
orchard.
the 5 questions from
true.
the 50 Shades of Grey. Absolutely
No,
hilarious.
you can't. They're too
But
young.
we're going to go back to the desk. They're
Don't
not
do
too
that.
young.
They're too young. Hi,
No,
dear.
they're not too young.
How are you? Happy Norway. Oh, I know. It's good evening, Norway.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 22 degrees, heading for a high. Well, that is our high, the weatherman says, but I'll tell you what, inside here right now, 87 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hot. It really is quite warm in here right now. It is, of course, 15 after 11 o'clock, Thursday, March the 12th. I'm absolutely honoured and delighted to be able to be talking to, of course, Daryl and John coming from Manitoba, and we're talking about the band and Outlawed band themselves. And guys, absolute pleasure to be able to have you join us. Now, I was going through your influences. Eric Church, absolutely. Keith Urban, Kiwi. He's a New Zealander.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Everybody kind of thinks that he's an Australian. No, he's married to an Australian, but he was born here in New Zealand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he never returns my phone calls either.
Or mine.
But I understand that. I wouldn't either. Jason Aldern, Brad Paisley, Brett Kissel, the Roadhammers. Now, these are good friends of ours, the Roadhammers. Of course, we talked to Clayton a lot out of that band. Legends in the game. They really, really are. Johnny Cash, another legend, and of course Luke Combs. But I don't see Greg on the list anywhere.
Greg's our friend.
Yeah, is that my choice? He should have warned you. He really, really could. Should have. Your interest performing, hunting, camping, concerts, quadding. Now, I love quadding myself. I presume you know, a bit of mud's involved in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to get dirty, don't you?
Yeah.
And especially if you're having a yard party afterwards, it's always nice to just, you know, cozy up to the barbie and let it go hard for a while. Yeah, and good fun.
Right.
Now, Susan, your manager, is she your mother?
Yeah. Actually,
Nice.
we're just self-managed right now. She helps us out with. So we kind of work together as a family and like get those, and it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely, I understand that. Utilise the resources at hand. Good idea.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like having your manager cook your meals when you get home at night, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And of course, we've got to give a shout out to Greg Arcade at the Golden Oak Studios. These guys right now are absolutely killing it. And we just played, of course, on the farm, and a girl like you. Now, guys, I was just wondering, and I was just approaching this earlier on, whether you would consider coming to New Zealand and performing in front of New Zealand audiences.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely in the books. We want to do that.
We'd like to get some more warm weather eventually too.
Yeah, you guys say it's 22 degrees there. It's 3 degrees here.
We're actually just coming into autumn.
Nice.
You know,
coming to the spring right now.
Yeah, you guys will be starting to look at the 2020 festival route and everything like that very, very shortly. I want to talk to you about that. But coming to New Zealand, now I got to warn you, we're a little crazy here in New Zealand. We do things a little differently down under. You know, people kind of think that we sort of walk upside down, everything like that. Maybe the blood's rushed to our heads, but we do something rather strange. Have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
What's that, sorry?
Have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub, spelled H-U-H-U?
No.
Okay, are you familiar with the caterpillar?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a caterpillar on steroids. It's big, it's white, it's got a black head. It's like a double-decker bus to a mini. You know what I mean? It's quite large. And what you do is, and believe me, you might need a few shots of moonshine out of the mason jar or something for this one. You put the live body in your mouth, rip off the head. Don't eat the head, it's yucky. But when you crunch down on the body of this, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
Okay.
Now, the indigenous folks of New Zealand, known as the Maori, still consider them a delicacy today. They really, really do. And believe me, I've had many of these. I really, really have. We do it with every guest we bring into the country. And believe me, it's a lot of fun. We have the Wild Foods Festival down the west coast of the South Island. Now, we kind of deep fry stuff you really shouldn't deep fry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little weird. You know, you could end up with I don't know, a cricket on a stick or something, you know. Use the legs to pick your teeth. But I'm still waiting for the stall that I've always suggested is maybe we could dip women in chocolate. I'd be in for that one.
They're only young lads. Now, don't put
Yeah.
ideas in
Yeah,
their
excuse me,
head.
hold on a minute. What did you say, Bill?
Don't put ideas in their head.
I'm being told off on putting ideas in your head. That's okay. I don't mind that. They're young enough and pretty enough to be able to do that. That's good. Then we'll take you down to Queenstown. Now, down in Queenstown is sort of like a boutique-y little town trying to be a city. It's a place where all the A-listers from around the world go and spend some time to get away from their friends but take their mates. You know what I mean? Yeah, take their entourage. In fact, Shania Twain owns property down there. Kevin Costner was down there not so long ago. Tom Cruise as well. Very much the A-listers do go there. But I don't know, Barbara. We'll take them down there, throw them off a bridge.
Hey, it's country. I yelled that you came
Yeah,
from.
yeah, of course. I'll go first. Yeah, absolutely. We have a thing called bungee jumping down there. And
Okay.
AJ Hackett is a very close... You want to do what?
I've never been bungee jumping.
Well, I tell you what, you're not Australian, so we'll attach the bungee.
Hey, Troy.
Fair enough. But yes, we will do a bit of bungee jumping. We also have this almighty swing that will just, send you off outside, into the canyon, way up into absolutely nowhere. Maybe we can hope that you come back again, but, it's one of those things. Now, having said that, we'll take you to, have you heard of Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Right. Well, about an hour and a half drive from where we are at this office right now is the original set of Hobbiton.
Okay.
And we'll take you there, go and have a gander, take some photos, all that sort of stuff, chase some small people around for a little bit of a laugh, and then we'll zip off down to Rotorua, which is about an hour away from there. And have you ever heard of a Zorb?
What's that?
Have you ever heard of a Zorb?
No.
Okay. Again, the mason jar is required for this, and we recommend it as many times as possible. What you do, it's a big round ball, right? Big clear round ball, and we'll supply a mankini for you. Don't worry about it. And you get in this ball, and we'll just roll you down a hill.
We'll make Grant do it.
And what we will do is we'll put some people in front of you to run away from you. The reason why I say a few of these beforehand is, the looks on their face is priceless as you go over top. You can appreciate it more when you've had a few of these. But at the same time, when you get out, there might be a few more liquids than when you first got in. But hey, we got a hose. Exactly, yeah. And then we'll take you up to Auckland. We'll have a meal on the Hauraki Golf. Auckland is the biggest city that we have here in New Zealand. Take in the ambience. Then we'll go and play some concerts and have some fun. And make some money. So maybe about 4 or 5 shows here in New Zealand, maybe about half a dozen to about 8 in Australia, just to make it worthwhile. And simply we're including Australia because I like to take money from them. I do. Here's a weird story actually. I give Australians a bit of stick. It's kind of like a rugby union thing. America and Canada sort of have this ice hockey thing, going on. Well, for us it's rugby union, and it's not their fault they've got no silverware in their trophy case at all, and haven't had for 30 odd years. It's true. They're just not good at it. They really are. Well, actually, they're Australian. What else would you expect? But I give them a bit of stick. Now, I got to be honest with you. I'm sometimes remorseless. Other times, I just simply don't care. But I was talking to a young man that I've had an interview with in the past called Doc Yates. Real doctor too, by the way, but great musician. Now, he was saying to me, Grant, I've got a Galaxy story for you. And I went, really? Lay it on me. And he goes, well, my drummer went to the Daytona 500 the other day and was sitting next to a couple of Australians. And I went, oh, poor bugger. You know what I mean? He says, no, the thing is, they know about Doc Yates, the band, because they listen to Galaxy 107 FM.
Well, hey.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the ultimate sadistic, isn't it? Being Australian, we're giving them shit, but they like Doc Yates because they listen to us. That's like living in Tornado Alley. Why would you? Seriously. And speaking of Tornado Alley, now I know you guys have been down in Nashville and have done work down there and are planning on going back at some stage, but those guys got hit by that tornado the other day. Anybody there that you may or may not know? Okay, everybody all sorted?
Yeah, actually, James Celine Plummer, I'm pretty good friends with. I asked him if he's okay. He said, yeah, everyone's okay down there. He was actually up in LA, so.
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, why would you? But having said that, I mean, I've spent a few months in a place called Newport, just out and just away from Nashville itself, and am quite familiar with Nashville, and have actually done work in Nashville as a radio and a DJ sort of entertainer. So believe me, I got friends over there as well. Having said that, I want to talk to you now about Write a Song. Now, you guys are absolutely stunning at writing. Where did this come from? Where did the lyrics come from? Because believe me, I absolutely love this.
For a long time, we kind of had a stint of we haven't many songs. We were just mainly doing cover two songs in our shows. So I'm thinking, and we're all okay, but I'm like, we're writing it. We'll see how. And this one.
Well, I tell you what, absolutely, as I said, I love this. I really, really do. So here's Band and Outlawed with Write a Song at Galaxy. Whew, Barbara, it's hot up here.
Oh, it's not that hot.
I'm sweating. How you guys feeling? You don't need a stiff drink by now?
They've got the
No, we're good.
takeaway to eat.
Almost there though. Yeah.
Almost, almost. Can't see the town is next, and I'm going to do the 5 questions from the 50 Shades of Grant.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah, can
Hi,
you hear these guys in the back? Oh no!
How are you, mate?
Coffee.
Yeah. Gosh, the on-air
Are
producer's
you
just
behaving
running
yourself
away.
today, Gear?
That's
We're
a
playing
bit-
your ad like crazy.
Gear.
Yeah.
Love, love, love the ad. Thank you very, very much, my friend. We play it often. I'm sure you know that too. He tunes in. He's like a headmaster. He checks up on us. Geir Miranda is a manager of a band coming out of Norway, and we're bringing them here to New Zealand to do a show with a Canadian band called The Mighty One. And
Okay.
they've done adverts and stuff like that for us. Which I'm going to ask a little later on, would you consider actually doing some MP3s next time you're next to a recordable
There
58
they are there.
saying, hi, we're Band and Outlawed and you're listening to Galaxy 107 FM or something like that. We will put it on, and it's all part of keeping your band name going.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we would do that. Yeah, we totally do that.
Nice.
We'll do that technically.
Nice. And at the same time, if you've got any CDs or T-shirts, anything like that, like what I'm wearing today, for instance, which is a New Zealand band,
Yeah, Boom Boom.
Boom Boom
Deluxe.
Deluxe. Love Boom Boom Deluxe.
They're good entertainers.
Subliminally, people notice what I'm wearing and go and check it out. You know what I mean? They do the research, they oogle every bloody thing, and before you know it, now you've got another 5,000 Twitter mates. And I'm not going to apologise, you know. And so, we will...
What's your t-shirt size?
well, I'll get Barbara to send all those details to you, stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let's go back to the desk.
He's tall, so he takes large.
The secret's out.
Yeah.
That's right. You're right, here at Galaxy 107 FM, 29 away from 12 o'clock. It is 23.6 degrees. We'll call it 24 degrees, and believe me, that's where I thought we were going to kind of end up today. You never know, we've got plenty of day to go. Might even get a bit higher. Anyway, it is Thursday, March the 12th, and I'm absolutely elated that I'm joined today, coming out of course, Hazel Ridge, Manitoba, is John and Daryl from the band Daniel, sorry, from the band and Outlawed. I'm sorry, Daniel. Now,
Yeah.
we were talking about getting you guys down under in New Zealand.
He's losing his
And
mind.
believe me, we would love you guys to join, of course, by Greg Alexander as well. And
Okay.
I don't know why I've got Greg Alexander on my mind. I have all day, Greg Arcade. But the thing is, it could be rather interesting having you guys leashed upon New Zealand. I mean, with all of us all in one package. I suggest maybe we bring a little extra money
I think
for
he needs
bail.
to clean his glasses.
And
That's a good idea. Could be bad from New Zealand.
yeah, and mum's the word, right? Mm. We don't want to upset the manager in any way, shape or form, do we? Now,
No.
you guys are coming into summer right now. I think you're just approaching spring. And it's been a rather harsh kind of winter over there this winter. Having said that, through the winter time, I know that a lot of artists get down, write new music and get everything up and running and planned for the forthcoming season. How you sorted out for concerts, gigs and stuff like that for the summer season? Is there anything that you would like your fans to know about right now?
Like just for shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We have a couple of shows here in October coming, but one big arcade actually, and we have a saddle up show happening, and but we have both like late
Nice. Now, I was talking to you while your music was playing on air about possibly getting, keeping the promotions here at Galaxy rolling as much as we possibly can. We want to get behind you as much as we possibly can so that we can promote Band and Outlawed here on Galaxy. And it's all about keeping your name fresh in people's minds, stuff like that. Of course, I pointed out the T-shirt today. Of course, I'm wearing Boom Boom Deluxe, which is a New Zealand band, absolutely stunning band. And I didn't have the coffee cup today, otherwise it would be a little bit promo too much. But you can see that people actually take notice of these. Go and have a look, everything like that. At the end of this interview, you will receive pretty much everything we do, including this interview that Barbara's doing live on Facebook. We'll transfer it over into YouTube, and you guys will get a copy of that as well. And some crazy photos afterwards as well. All for, we'll put them on Facebook, stuff like that. Keep the promotions rolling as much as we can. Now, the question I'm leading to is basically, have you got a new album coming out? Will you come back again and talk to us more in the future about new music?
Yes, definitely we will. We like having interviews with you, for sure.
Nice. You're sadistic, really, aren't you?
What's that?
You're sadistic then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Believe me, we'll give you a couple of photos that you can put on your phone and show all your friends. Go, don't do this with Kiwis, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
It really isn't. Now, 5 questions from the 50 Shades of Grant, and I feel sorry for you, but believe me, we're going to go down this road. A couple of them can be quite sticky questions, I got to be honest, but I think you're, adult enough to be able to answer them, and at the same time, you see the girls in here are all going, no, they're too cute, don't do it to them. Ah, come on, Grant, please, don't. Well, I'm going to anyway. So, and besides, they're not American, they're fine. They can answer. So, let's say this. Boris Johnson, Prime Minister of the UK,
Sorry,
New Zealand's Prime
Americans
Minister
online.
is Jacinda Ardern, we love it a bit, and Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel, then there's America's Donald Trump. Which is the odd one out? I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that.
one of those three that you mentioned?
Those four. There's Donald Trump in there as well.
Okay. Say them again?
Okay, there's Boris Johnson from the UK, Britain,
Okay.
Jacinda Ardern from New Zealand, Angela Merkel from Germany, and Donald Trump. Which is the odd one out?
The third one.
Okay, it's okay to say Donald Trump. It is, you know. He's the same colour of his almost impeachment.
Yeah.
He is. But the reason why he's the odd one out is the other three are actually politicians. He's just a sitting member in the White House right now, literally. He's only a caretaker, really.
Okay. You're right.
Now, have you tried vegan sausages?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Are they made from real vegans?
I think so.
Yeah.
You think so?
Believe me, nobody in their right mind nobody's ever said, yes, I've tried some. Ever. And believe me, it's one of these things where they mark it up on a chalkboard over there. There's another one that doesn't say, and 0 for vegan sausages. So, having said that, now, are you familiar with James Bond?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think every man in the world is familiar with James Bond, really. But Daniel Craig, in the making of his last movie, just recently, broke his ankle. Had to have 12 weeks off to be able to recuperate, to be able to take up the part again. But in the meantime, the franchise owners, everybody that had anything to do with the management of the James Bond franchise itself, decided, why don't we have a female James Bond? Well, the world told them instantly, no way, not a shot, don't do it, we won't even be interested if you do. It's okay to have Moneypenny, but not as James Bond. Ian Fleming wrote James Bond as a man. Fair enough? Right.
Yep.
So they've compromised. If they can't have the man and or a woman, they're going to have a gay James Bond. Do you know what they're going to call him?
What?
07. Not 00, ooh. But having said that, the real James Bond is stepping into Daniel Craig's shoes, literally, as a black man. Don't know whether he's gay. Disclaimer there, don't know whether he's gay. It was just one of my stories, literally. Now, are you familiar with the coronavirus?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm sure you've heard the joke about the corona and a wedge of Lyme's disease and everything with it.
What's that?
I'm sure you're familiar with the wedge of Lyme's disease with your coronavirus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody says that. Now, check this out. Now, and I'm quite concerned about this because a friend of mine went out a couple of weeks ago, bought himself, at the beginning of the week, a brand new car. Then at the end of the week, he went and bought himself another brand new car. Last week, he's bought himself yet 2 more new cars. This week, on Monday, he went out and got another one. I said, are you all right, mate? He goes, I'm suffering from that new car owner's virus. There's one you can use. You can. Now, can't see the town. Where were you when you couldn't see the bloody town?
Again, we were hunting when we wrote the song. Hunting in the bush. We were driving down some kind of bush road looking for some ducks, actually, because we were duck hunting that time. And couldn't find any. And we're like, hey, let's just get out of here. It was raining and it was cold. And then I'm like, hey, this is a good place to write this song. So I wrote back to the town. You can see nothing bush.
I get it. I understand now. I really do. And it's nice to be able to talk to some hunters here in New Zealand. Well, actually here in Komodo, we have a thing called the Big Three, where we go out, do a fish, do a deer stalk, and of course a pig hunt at the same time. And the biggest one gets the prizes for everything. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
right behind that. Really, really are. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. The boys themselves, banned and outlawed, and can't see the town. So how you going, guys? You alright?
Yeah, it's just when you go on the radio there, it's hard to hear you. There's lots of fuzz.
Yeah, I don't know what's causing that, to be quite honest,
You can
because
hear
we're
a
getting
bit
it
of
as well.
fuzz when I'm recording
Yeah.
too.
I've got a lot of it in my headphones
But
right
that's
now
what
as
you
well.
and your IT guy are doing this afternoon,
Exactly.
sorting that out,
Yeah,
aren't you?
exactly. So I'm sorry about that. It's
Hi Ryan,
good.
got any new
Fine, mate.
music, mate?
Yeah,
Send
it's
it to us.
just
Hi,
one of those
Chrissy.
things that's happening right now, which is a
Oh,
pain.
hi
in the-
John.
So we have Beer for Everything, which is literally your highest rated request song. And believe me, I think you're up around about 1,700 requests so far since we've been playing it.
Nice.
It's
That's pretty cool.
not often that I can actually do a breakfast show without playing it. You see, a lot of the breakfast show is structured because of the amount of requests we get. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not often that I'm doing a breakfast show where I don't play Beer for Everything. And believe me, I love it. I absolutely love it.
You'd have beer for everything, wouldn't you?
Oh, I reckon there's a beer for
Beer,
everything. Yeah, I do.
beer.
Maybe a beer for a beer even.
Everywhere a beer,
You know,
beer.
there's a beer for everything. Yeah. You could have a beer for a beer. Talking of alcohol, you don't need a stiff drink yet?
Well, it's getting there.
Gosh.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
when Greg comes back.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe that Greg didn't have warned these guys. I feel sorry for them. I do. I really do. I left a couple of questions out from the
I
past
noticed.
questions, Grant.
I
Yeah.
noticed.
I-
You
I
added
did.
one instead.
I added a different one. How's
Yes,
that?
you did.
Yeah, just to be nice.
Just to be different
You,
too.
you see, I could have asked you some really difficult questions, which is happening here in New Zealand at the moment. We've got a referendum for legalising marijuana, and we've got a referendum for euthanasia and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But I decided to kosherly leave those ones out this time
But you
around.
just have to mention them now.
Yeah, well, I want to try one and not the other, okay?
Right.
I'm all for the first one. I'll give up on the second one. I want to die peacefully in my sleep like my granddad, not like the passengers in his car.
Screaming. Yeah.
Anyway, let's go back to the desk.
Todd is saying he's got a truck too, but it's in Las Vegas.
Todd's got a truck in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's watching online.
That's right, you're right, here we go. See, 107 FM, in case you didn't notice, guys, people taking photos in the background. You'll get the background photos as well that nobody else ever sees. So believe me, the production team take photos, all sorts of things. Everybody sees what's happening on the YouTube thing, and of course we'll take a couple of photos after we finish this. But in the meantime, guys, you can always share them with all your friends. I don't know why you would want to. Literally, when you get the interview back, really, most people kind of dump it and put it in the bin. They don't want to relive the experience. It's too traumatic for them. And I kind of agree. I wouldn't want to go through it again either. But we were talking very, very briefly about the next album coming out. Now, I'm living literally in anticipation because I would love to be able to catch up with you guys again and come back and talk more about your music, because I think you guys have got a bright future ahead of you guys. Literally, I think country music is safe in your hands, especially under Greg's guidance.
Thank you very much.
Literally, I don't know how you're not booked out all summer long, and, well, you know, there's no time for farm work when you're writing, is there?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah, I think the family would disagree, but hey, you know, tell them it came from me down here, down under, and I got 5 million friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get away with that one. I do, but I wouldn't want to buy them all a beer. Let's be honest.
That'd be a lot of money.
Yeah, but I do accept in exchange for money. You can always buy me a bit. Well, I tell you what. Don't buy me the beer. Send me the money. There you go.
Oh, no, they could sponsor
By the way, I have
a show.
my own theories about this coronavirus deal
about
that's
that
going
if
around
you
the world. I
want
know
sponsor
how
a
it's
show?
transmitted. I really do, and I recommend this. It's transmitted by folding money. People handling it all the time. That's how you that's how you're contracting it. It's through folding money. So my suggestion is, and give me a call on 07323 7695 here in New Zealand. Stick your money in a white envelope. Take it, write Galaxy on it. Take it down to the letterbox. I'll come and dispose of it for you at my leisure. I think I'm a good humanitarian.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You have the cue right there.
Yeah. Well, I'll employ you to be able to pick it up for me. How's that? But you got to follow certain protocols. You got to wear the white gloves and maybe even the dust mask that you use for sandpapering your drywall.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to look the part, right? Yeah, nobody would be able to recognise you as you run to the next letterbox, would they?
Putting
So believe me,
ideas
folks,
in young ladies'
everywhere
heads.
around the world, if you are concerned about this, fold up your money. Stick it in a white envelope, write Galaxy on it, give me a call at Galaxy, and I will make sure it's picked up and disposed of appropriately. Just to be humanitarian. You're right here at Galaxy, I love that, I do. Banned and Outlawed. Now, over 1,700, almost 1,800 requests for beer for everything. Now tell me about this. How did you get so successful?
That's great. 1,800. How did we get that song up there?
Yeah, literally, this is a wonderful song. People are identifying with it. Our fans are listening to it. And I've got to let you know, I've been an engineer now for almost 40 years. I've not only done studio engineering, but front of house, been around the world with a couple of famous bands, even worked very, very well with many, many famous bands from overseas. And when I listen to music, I don't listen to it as a fan would. I listen to it as an engineer, a DJ, you know what I mean, in the trade. I listen to it that way.
Yeah.
And I absolutely, this was the very first song I ever heard of Banned and Outlawed, was Beer for Everything. Loved it right away. As I said, I pulled the car over, opened up the doors, turned up the stereo, grabbed a beer, took in the ambience of the place, and absolutely ate the song up. Where did the inspiration of this come from?
Well, again, the way I was day job, don't play go work. I'm just freaking busy. And my dad always said everything for sad, happy, when you're pretty, whatever. Oh, isn't it? Great.
Well, I think there's a beer for a beer, to be honest. You need another one after it as well, Have a couple just to get prepared for it mentally, get yourself prepared for a beer for everything. Have a beer. Then, a couple just to wash it down with. You're right here at Galaxy. With the boys themselves, of course, we're talking about John and Daryl from Banned and Outlawed. Here's Beer for Everything.
Grant, you need to clean your glasses.
Can I do what?
You keep calling him Daryl. His name
Oh,
is
it's
Daniel.
Darren. Yeah.
Oh,
I need to clean my
Greg's
glasses.
and
You're
Garrett's
right.
and Daniels,
You're
and you'll be
oh
calling
gosh,
him Don.
I do
next.
apologise, Daniel. I need to clean my glasses. I've been told. Yeah.
No, clean them. Look.
Hey, don't look. Oh dear. So what we'll do is we'll wrap it up after this. But I've really got to thank you guys for taking time out to be able to talk to us here in New Zealand. We've absolutely enjoyed it.
For sure. Thank you. This is awesome.
And I really mean it. I hope you guys will come back again. Let's do this again. If you even got a twitch of being sadistic and want to put yourself through this, please come on back, because we would love to have you back
We
again.
wouldn't mind
Release
doing,
new music, whatever you
concerts
feel
in
like.
South Korea if you know who to get in contact
At the same time,
with.
use the Galaxy Artist page on Facebook, stuff like that, because it's there for you guys. If you've got gigs coming up, throw your posters up there, whatever. You know, your videos, all
silly
that sort of
gigs,
stuff.
you know, it's silly videos.
Yeah,
like
silly
those
videos.
girls,
you know, like maybe you've sort of had one too many quad bike races or something. You know what I mean? Throw all that up there. Have some fun with it because it's there for you guys to be able to use. And people go and look. They really do. And at the same time, after this, we're going to do a couple of very quick videos, just a couple of seconds long, basically. And it's basically hi with Band and Outlawed from Manitoba. Thank you to DJ Grant and Galaxy FM is one. But I got to let you know that we pass these videos on to our sister company in Jacksonville, Florida. And they're a late night television company, and they have about 60 plus thousand views or viewers per night. So
Small
they use
station,
a
but
lot. It's only a small
popular.
station, but they do have a lot of a following.
Yeah, Latin American, I think.
Yeah, so don't be surprised if Frank Moomer gets in touch with you or something like that. We'll do a very quick video to just give them a shout out, and believe me, they cut our interviews to pieces, put in the music, everything like that, and then maybe, just maybe, they might ask you if you'd be interested in going into the studio and doing something live. You never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, it's all about promotions for Band and Outlawed and using our resources to be able to try and get you guys forward. Let's go back to the desk.
Right, we'll go back to the desk.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and believe me, absolutely enjoyed today's interview with Band and Outlawed, and coming out of Hazel Ridge, Manitoba. I'm going to get it right today, is of course John and Daniel. Gotcha. Got it right, yes. It is 6 after 12 o'clock, 23 degrees downtown, and absolutely elated to be able to play Band and Outlawed here at Galaxy 107 FM. Now, we mentioned through the interview that you're familiar with Nashville and Music City, places like that, and have worked there, and are planning on going back. Now, I'm just wondering, have you ever heard of visual image marketing?
A little. Yeah.
A little? Okay, well, of course, the management there are good friends of ours, and they have their fingers in all the pies when it comes to getting your videos out to the market, you know what I mean? Places, of course, like the Hard Rock cafes, the malls, the, even the burger bars, places like that. You can sit down, find yourself having a burger, and there you are staring back at yourself because you're singing. And believe me, our good friend there may get in touch with you as well, Mr. Baker, right? Yeah, Steve Baker. And keep an eye out for Steve Baker. Keep an eye out for Frank Moomer, M-U-M-A. Now, he's the manager and director and everything to do with Jacksonville, Florida's late night television show. Now, if these guys get in touch with you, please reply. Again, it's all about resources and using our resources, our friends in the business, to make Band and Outlawed that much more famous than I think that you're already going to be. And believe me, I think you guys are going to be very, very famous in the very near future. I can see you guys taking out awards everywhere and being recognised. At the same time, now, we asked you at the top of the interview about how we got in touch with you. I negated to ask you about a website. Do you have a website?
Website's getting built right now. Kind of in the works still, but we will have it up probably in March. But we do have a website.
Yeah, you got to have a website. You really, really do. Now, may I make a suggestion? put a merch store on your website. Believe me, our people love to buy your products and be able to promote you that much further. Believe me, it is essential these days to be able to make some money. Why not do it that way? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And when you do, next time you come back, which I feel sorry for you, you've experienced it once, and you want to come back. Oh my God. Let me know about your website then, and we can promote it that much more for you so that you can get a few sales left, right and centre. And I suggest, things like T-shirts, CDs, and of course koozies, all the gambit, the whole 9 yards. Go that way, because believe me, people will buy. They will buy it. And if you're making, I'd love to have the dollar for every listener that we have online right now. Suggesting, there's a good idea. Give me $1, please. And do it every hour. Literally. Because we would love to be able to see you guys make a huge success. And it takes money to get the studio time. It takes money for the promotions. It takes money for everything. And we want to see you become a huge success. So, having said that, guys, we're going to wrap it up right now. But I got to thank you so much for joining me here at Galaxy. And I'm looking forward to meeting you guys in person, including Greg, down under, and having a few beers, maybe.
There's a beer for everything, Big Grant.
There is a beer for everything, and I think there's a beer for a beer.
It definitely is.
My father had golden words as well. He said to me, "Don't drink to forget, drink to remember."
Yeah.
Just don't do it behind the wheel in front of a policeman at the same time. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Here's middle of the road, Tweedledee.